Your food's alive, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should eat it or pet it.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. It does the same on the takoyaki.
Yeah, and the okonomiyaki, yeah. Takoyaki's awesome, those little balls.
But I burned my mouth.
So Winston, what is this called, dude?
This is just like fried noodles, dude, nothing special.
How do they make it?
That's like a...
How do they grant it life?
It's fish flakes. Yeah, very, very thin fish flakes that they like to put on.
And the steam just moves it around. It's cool. I want to welcome everybody out to another episode of I Remember Gaming. So on my channel, a lot of the time you guys are just hearing me, you know, and my video game memories, which is all fine and dandy. But today I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm going to meet up with some of China's biggest YouTubers today. Now, of course, most YouTubers in China don't talk about video games. They talk about living in China, which I kind of do as well by proxy through my son's channel. But today I'm going to be interviewing some of the biggest YouTubers here, asking them about some of their greatest video game memories from their formative years. So come with me, and today we're going to be interviewing Serpent ZA, Snarky, and Globic, which are all bigger channels than I am. I'm gonna get them to be talking gaming today.
For a long time, and I actually kind of enjoyed it there.
So we're sitting here waiting for Snarky, who's completely on time.
Angela baby, really? Is that called for? Come on. Have a little decency. Come on, there's children around here. My WeChat's Kodak85. KODAK85.
Lohu International Geek Space. Sounds like a good place to be. We are in the city of Shenzhen. We're in Lohu by those two famous buildings, the King Key Tower and whatever the hell the other one's called. There we go, Winston's got it. And I'm here with the best YouTubers in the world. Me, of course, being the very best. I Remember Gaming. Then we've got Serpent ZA, I don't know, no one's ever heard of him. And then we got Snarky Guy, and we got Globic over here, which just shot an amazing video. Amazing video. You gotta go to his first, because it's gonna be the best. Now we have Globic with us. He was the guy who was Spider-Manning over there earlier that you guys saw get yelled at by the Chinese lady. And we're gonna ask him some of the same questions. So, Globic, what my channel's about is I talk about old video game memories, like, you know, growing up playing video games. Welcome to another video game. I want you to tell us about video gaming in your formative years. You know, maybe a video game or an event, console that had a big impact on you when you were growing up, just video game wise, something like that.
Right.
Can you tell us? So.
Well, I'm born in 1980, so the NES, the Nintendo, the first Nintendo was a big thing. I mean, it was the console. So I spent crazy amount of time playing this console, and Metroid was my go-to game. I spent so much time, and all those codes. I had a little box full of paper notes for like to keep my progression because you couldn't save the game other than writing the codes down.
Were you like me? Did you like have to draw the maps and stuff too? Like I remember I would have to draw the maps out just to remember how to get around.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I guess I kept going around blindly. I just wanted to have all the weapons, the keys, and the missiles that that I had in my last game before I died. So yeah, Metroid was really a crazy game, super hard game, and super fun. And later on, like Sega Genesis that we had.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will not return after these messages. I remember gaming will. Sorry.
Genesis does.
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis does.
What Nintendo
But
Now that I remember gaming.
NBA Jam was my jam.
yeah, NBA Jam was the best.
I figured out like a trick that if you stand at a precise place, you could block every shot without being the goaltending.
Oh,
And it was,
nice.
So it's kind of beating the game. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of crazy games with friends that turned into fights because you can't do this trick to everybody.
What would be your favorite Mega Man game if you had one?
I did play Mega Man. It's kind of a far back memory.
Okay.
I'd say the first one.
First one, Mega Man one. Okay.
It's super basic, super 8-bit blocky and everything, but it was so difficult.
Yeah.
It was crazy difficult.
Castlevania, what would you say out of the three would be your favorite?
I didn't play Castlevania. I played a game that was, I think, fairly similar. What's the name where you fight blobs? Like
A Boy and His Blob? Or Ghosts and Goblins?
No, it's you go around the map and you kill a bunch of things, but like the first easiest enemies that you have to fight with are like little one drop of slimes, or I think they're called blobs.
Oh, Dragon Warrior?
Dragon Warrior.
Dragon Warrior,
Yeah.
awesome. I have a favorite Legend of Zelda game.
I'd say it's the first one again.
This video is part of my Christmas series. So what I ask these guys, I do a few Christmas videos every year. What is your favorite Christmas morning video game memory? If you have one, what would you say? What did you get? Snarky had an interesting tell where his dad cut his video game cords in half. Like, I don't know if that's I don't know if that would be considered your favorite, but it's a video game memory from Christmas. Do you have any Christmas memories, Christmas morning video gaming, or?
Well, I did get my NES on Christmas.
Okay.
So that Christmas morning was all about my Nintendo, and when you bought that console, like the version I had came with the double game Mario Brothers 1 and Super Mario Brothers 1 and Duck Hunt.
Nice.
So I had already played with like Coleco and Atari games, but it was my first time actually like holding that gun and shooting at the TV screen.
Shooting the dog.
Yeah, shooting the dog, having the dog laughing at me, and just the idea that you can have a gun pointed at your TV and it actually interacts with what you're shooting at was mind-blowing to me, you know, like. And so that Christmas morning, I think I spent it shooting around and shooting other places in the apartment to see if ducks would still die, you know, if it was just a gimmick, you know. I would just like shoot at my mom or at different places in the apartment.
Kill 'em.
Yeah, just to see if it's just a gimmick or if you actually need to aim, and you really did need to aim. Well, my YouTube channel is Globic, or you can look at me. My YouTube channel is Globic. You can find it as youtube.com/Globic videos. So far I've been making a lot of vlogs about my life in China, but I also make experimental videos, and there's going to be some short films and documentary films coming. I'm trying to explore different avenues, whatever that comes to my mind, and China is my backdrop.
So, Snarky has ripped his pants. This is amazing.
Yeah, I did.
What are we gonna do about that? I don't have pants that'll fit you, man.
Who's gonna notice?
Yeah!
So, rock out with your rock out.
The Chinese ladies will appreciate it this evening.
They should.
Dude, why are you on a roof?
I was thinking about ending it all. It seemed like a good place, and I'll go viral if I jump.
Now wait, Winston, let's go down to your house, down to your room, and we'll wave at you as you fall past.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So,
And if we don't get it, I'll come back up. Oh, wait a minute.
what would you say is your favorite Zelda?
My favorite Zelda, I'm gonna have to go for 3.
The Link to the Past, right?
Yes.
Link to the Past.
Yeah.
That one was great. That one was great.
I love that.
Yeah, that one.
That one I just had to kind of, it was a cool flow, you know, and I didn't like, it wasn't as choppy.
Yeah, and it was like, you think you almost beat the game, and then all of a sudden they got the Dark World, so they had the 2, it was almost like 2 games in one.
Yeah, you got trolled.
All right, so Final Fantasy, you got a favorite?
Final Fantasy, I'm gonna say 7.
Okay.
Because I actually skipped like 5 of them.
Are you guys gonna battle over this?
No.
Safe one to choose the 7. Everybody says 7.
It is a safe one.
Here's a question I wanted to ask both of you guys. Favorite console of all time? And we'll start with Winston. What's your favorite console?
That's such a tough one, man. I'm gonna go with Mega Drive.
Planet Earth. A scientist creates the ultimate machine.
At last!
A machine that will give him the power to journey into the mega world. With thousands of colors, 16-bit graphic technology, and 10-channel mega stereo sound. The most advanced video game system in the universe.
Yes!
Mega Drive from Sega.
To start, but the thing is, I do like the Dreamcast a lot.
True story, if you want to see me set my own Dreamcast on fire on accident while I was making fun of Serpent ZA, go watch my second Serpent ZA spoof on this channel.
And I like the set. It's gonna have to be one of those Sega consoles, for sure. Has to be a Sega.
Yeah, for sure,
one of those.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and what was your favorite console?
I'm gonna have to cheat and say the PC because there were so many cool. There were so many cool games on the PC.
Said console, no PC.
I said little Sierra games, you know.
Console.
Police Story.
I would have said
Leisure Suit Larry.
Dude, I'm a PC dude. I would have said
disclaimer. I have nothing against PC, but we're talking console.
Okay.
Today.
So the Nintendo NES.
Nintendo NES.
Yes.
Okay. And here's my my final question, I guess, for you guys. This is going to be part of my Christmas series of videos. So what I want you to do, if you have a video game Christmas morning memory, I want you to tell me about it. Like your best memory of receiving something video game related on Christmas. We'll start with Snarky on this one.
All right.
You have a Christmas memory.
Christmas morning. I can't remember what Christmas was exactly, but you can probably look it up from the year. I got Super Mario 3 for Christmas.
Okay.
So I got to open up first. So I'm sitting there, I'm playing. Everybody else are taking photos, they're doing the pies, they're doing the turkeys, and I'm sitting there playing. And my parents are just like, "What you doing? What you doing?" And I'm just like completely lost until my dad is fed up with it, and he literally comes in with a pair of hedge clippers, and he clips the cord
on Christmas.
On Christmas Day, bam! And he's like, "You're gonna be spending Christmas with the family."
You just broke my remote!
Family, yes, sir.
On Christmas.
On Christmas. Snap.
So hey, how you doing? Hey, have you seen Snarky's dad anywhere around?
Help! Someone is following me.
Some kind of weirdo?
Oh, some weirdo. That sounds like a. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Have thrown him off this roof immediately.
Yeah, you did. I mean, I got another cord, obviously. It wasn't a big deal. But it's like, thanks, Dad.
Little child, dry your crying eyes. How can I explain?
But I'll tell you what, I never play video games on Christmas morning ever again.
Well, I guess I'd be protecting him. Like, yeah.
Stay away.
Great memory. Great. That's Christmas spirit, guys. I'm glad that glad we started there so we can all kind of get into the spirit of things. All right, so Winston, you're up next. Hopefully yours is a little less post-traumatic stress-inducing.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad. The first console I ever got was it's like a knockoff Famicom. It looks like the the proper Japanese Famicom. You know those red ones?
Yeah.
Except it was gray instead of red.
Oh,
it was
okay.
Taiwanese made. I got it probably Christmas 1989, maybe 1988, 89. I can't remember. So I got this thing, and it came with one game. It was called Northern Ken, and I was like, I didn't.
Like Fist of the North Star, maybe? Or?
It was Fist of the North Star, but I only figured that out years later because it's called Northern King. We only got knockoff Nintendo stuff in South Africa because there were sanctions against South Africa, so we couldn't get like real Nintendo stuff. Like America wouldn't sell anything to South Africa, so we had nothing. Didn't have McDonald's, didn't have nothing, right? So everything was homegrown, and if we were to play like NES, it was just knockoff stuff from Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had this cartridge said Northern Ken. Because, you know, Ken actually means fist in Japanese. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, it was Fist of the North Star. It was a terrible game. It was awful game. Awful game. But I sat and played it anyway for as long as I could. I was having so much fun, even though it was like the worst game ever. But yeah, I spent ages on that.
Serpent ZA and Snarky Guy, is that what it is on YouTube? We got some awesome stuff. We're here in China. These guys are the go-to guys. And you've got a retro.hk video coming out someday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Very cool, very cool. And you might have saw some of that on my channel, but they did like a whole segment there, so keep an eye out for that too. So
it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, thanks guys for sharing your video game memories with with my channel. Check these guys out. Their channels are way better than mine. Say it.
Kodak moment. Kodak moment!
Hell yeah.
Upstairs.
It's a Kodak moment.